Hello guys, welcome to another video. We're gonna go over week 1 of the Shadow Fighters Draft League. I already recorded a commentary on this once, but then I realized my OBS was on screen and I was eating a banana and it was very hard to hear. Not that I'm easy to hear mostly. But yeah, basically, we're gonna be going over this battle against our week 1 opponent. Things to note: the opponent did have a Victini, they didn't bring, and I had a Weavile. I didn't bring. Weavile just had a terrible matchup here, so I decided to bring the old reliable X-Cloud webs. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go a bit faster because I don't want to waste as much time going over this. This game went over for like an hour, by the way, because we were just both thinking for forever. But yeah, we'll begin. Noivern comes out as I lead Whimsicott. This is actually a bad lead for me, so I decided to switch out into Heatran, but he reads that and goes into Registeel, which is actually good for me. Maybe he feared Whimsicott. Anyways, he protects it, which kind of indicates it's a support set and not like Curse, which was something I did fear. Yeah, he goes into this. As I protect to scout what he's gonna do. Scald, as most Slowbros do. I go for Lava Plume. Trying to fish for burns, basically. He does reveal my Sugar Berry and decides to pop it immediately, which is a good play on his part. I do Flash Cannon though. Kind of wish I had Dragon Pulse here, just for this. But, you know, you learn. Now he has to switch out, so I decide to go out, but I have to go for the kill, because the fog, he's the only defogger, and that's really good for me if I can get rid of the fog. And also the only sticky web immunity. He does go for a Scald here as I protect, so I decide to go to the Whimsicott, and I go for a Leech Seed here. I was pretty happy to just U-turn if Mega Venusaur came out there. So yeah, he goes for a taunt. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that's a Mega Venusaur at the back. Yeah, I go for Leech Seed, which lets me U-turn out for free into Gallade. I don't Mega yet because I fear like foul play strats with Spiritomb, which hard walls me. So I decide to use Will-O-Wisp here, which is my answer to Spiritomb. I do forget that Spiritomb can run Spadef here, and that actually X-Cloud was probably best here, but it was fine. I go into Whimsicott and click Moonblast, get a Spatak Trap. I don't think that matters honestly, but it was nice. He goes for a Mega and then Synthesizes. And then he goes into Slowbro. I keep fishing for burns. Burns are pretty good in this gen because it does double what it does now. So I just try to get them, but he keeps slacking off. I read the Scald, and then I go back into Whimsicott. I do click U-turn again. And as I go into Galvantula, try and get up webs maybe. Toxic comes out, which is good because I wasn't going to go into Heatran. I just switched out of it, so that was a good play on his part. Volt Switch on Life Orb because I knew he was going to try and like, take advantage of my sticky web, but yeah, he goes into that and then switches out to Slowbro as I Lava Plume again, twice in fact, as he goes for Skull this time. Still no burn. He now goes into Noivern and actually does get burnt here, so that's pretty good. Burning Noivern is pretty huge. He goes for a Roost. I should have gone for a Flash Cannon here, but I did go for a Lava Plume because I kind of expected a switch and I wanted to get a burn on something else, but Hidden Power now just kills me. So yeah, Noivern's low now though, so that's pretty good for me. X-Blood comes out here. He can't really do much about it, so the most obvious read is to go into Registeel, which I do read and go for Fire Blast. That crit is actually pretty important. Stops me from... that was going to be a 2-hit KO, but yeah, we don't know what would have happened there. I definitely could have just clicked Fire Blast again as he rocked or something. Anyways, he taunts my Gligar now, so I can't get rocks up. Pretty obvious considering that Heatran was probably not my rocker, so that was a pretty good taunt. He goes for I go for a U-turn on his Terrakion as I reveal Gallade, and then he goes back into Spiritomb. Pretty good answer. Literally I can do nothing to it. I can knock off, but with Venusaur in the back it's kind of hard to, like, in some cases. He goes for Shadow Ball as I go into X-Cloud, which is good for me, and now I just click Boom Burst. I did kind of consider going Surf, but because that was like an easy read, but I decided against it because I didn't want to just not get a kill or not do massive damage. I get Rocks up finally as I U-turn out of the Mega Venusaur into Gallade. I do get the Poison, which is pretty bad for me. I take a lot of damage now. yeah, he goes back into Spiritomb again. I should kind of see that now because he goes into Spiritomb every time, and there's no reason not to. But I could have clicked knockoff there. Anyways, yeah, he goes back into Terrakion. I'm forced to switch out again here into Whimsicott. I don't know why I went to Whimsicott here, honestly. I could have gone into Gligar, but yeah. Two close combats kill Whimsicott as I go into Galvantula. I threaten with webs, but I decide against not actually going for webs this time again, so I just go for a Thunder and get a kill. Because Thunder looks pretty good here. And I don't actually need webs too much, except against Terrakion. So Stone Edge goes off here, and he goes down. So that actually reveals to me, I believe, like, makes me believe he's Scarf, which he always was, and I should have seen that coming earlier. But he now pivots out and gets U-turn, but now Exploud comes in, and now there's no more resist. So I click Boom Burst. Well, there's a resist in Terrakion, but it dies to one hit. Terrakion now comes back in to try and revenge kill. I go into Gligar to take the CC. I'm a bit low now, so I do roost up. I'm not sure why they close combat it again, to be honest, but that was good for me because I now just get momentum as I U-turn out of whatever it switches into. And I go into Exploud again, and I don't actually claim a kill here because this Venusaur is actually extremely Spidef. But he's, for some reason now he decides to snack his Slowbro, which is interesting, but I'll take it. And then now he goes back into Terrakion to get revenge kill again. I obviously go back to Gligar, but he switches out into Venusaur on that. So that's a bit annoying, but all that does is make me go back into my Gligar and U-turn into Gallade, and now I threaten with Zen Headbutt because there's no more resist. So yeah, now Gallade goes for Zen Headbutt, claims a kill, and then now I land another Zen Headbutt and get another kill. So yeah, that was the game. That crit was pretty important to make it in my favor, but I feel like it was still pretty in my favor even without the crit because they couldn't really get at Brox without like hoping that I switch out, and I kind of already knew they were a supportive set, so I didn't really fear Curse or like setup or feel like I need to switch out on Exploud immediately. Body Press isn't in the game either, so yeah, I think I would have stayed in. He could have switched out into Slowbro or something, but at that point, like Slowbro doesn't gain too much momentum, so especially because it doesn't get teleport, so I could have just switched out at that point into maybe like Galvantula or Whimsicott or something like that. So I think that was a pretty good game. I was actually really paranoid at the end about missing Zen Headbutts, because then that would have led to me having to spam Boom Burst a bunch of times and hoping to maybe get a crit as he spams Emphasis, but I think I won in the end anyway. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.